Okay, so for this video, this is all about radian measures. And so basically what happens is that the radian is just that arc distance that you're going to do it. So instead, and it's a different way to convert degrees, it's a different way to measure degrees. And instead of degrees, we're going to have it in radians, which you have a 2 pi. So all the way around your circle is 360 degrees. And then all the way around in a radian, so what happens is you know that our circle unit is 1. Our radius is 1. So now what happens is to go all the way around is 2 pi times radius, because that's your circumference. So now it's going to be, our radius is 1, so 2 pi times 1 just means 2 pi. So 2 pi is the same as 360 degrees. So 2 pi radians is the same as 360 degrees. So that's what that is saying. So in order to convert from degrees to radians, so in order to go through and convert from degrees to radian, you have 60 degrees divided by 360 degrees. That's your ratio, 60 to 360. And then you have your radian, I don't know that, divided by 2 pi. And my reason why is because 360 is the same as 2 pi. They're equivalent to each other. So then we go through and we multiply by 2 pi. And you multiply by 2 pi. So that cancels out. And now you have your radian is equal to 2 times pi times 360, or 60, divided by 360. Then we use our friend Desmos, and it doesn't matter. So this does not matter as you're using your friend Desmos. It doesn't matter if you are in degree or radian mode. That will not matter. So this says I'm in radian mode. It will be the same because I'm not doing a trig. The only time you have to convert from radian to degree is when you're doing a trig function. So I'm just going to leave it in radian because it doesn't matter. So I'm going to go 2. I'm not going to put in the pi. So I'm going to go 2 times 60 degrees and then divided by 360. And I get this decimal. So in order to convert to a simple fraction, I just hit that little fraction thing in front of there, and boom, I have 1/3. So my radian mode is going to be 1 pi over 3. So 60 degrees is equal to pi over 3. That's your answer. So let's go through and do 210. So 210 over 360 is going to be the same as saying my radian over 2 pi. So we're going to multiply by 2 pi. That cancels out, so I'm just going to give radians. And then I'm going to have pi times 2 times 210 all over 360. And then we use our friend Desmos. So we use our friend Desmos. So 2 times 210 and then divide by 360. Again, I get a decimal, hit my little fraction button, and now I get 7 pi over 6. So this reduces to 7 pi over 6. So 7, 6, and remember you always got to put in that pi, is equal to 210. And then we're going to do the next one. So 75 over 360 is my radian over 2 pi. Multiply by 2 pi. Multiply by 2 pi. Cancels out. Radian is 2 times 75. Pi hangs out and waits its turn over 360. Again, use my friend. Oops. Use my Desmos friend. So 2 times 75 divided by 360. You have some sort of a decimal. Hit that. Hit my fraction bar, and you get 5/12. So 5 pi over 12 is equal to 75 degrees. Now, the other side is we're going to convert radians to degrees. So when you go to radians to degrees, again, it's still over 2 pi, but that's still degree over 360. So this is still times 360 times 360. This cancels out. And now what happens is pi divided by pi, those cancel out. So you have 2 times 360 divided by 3. And then divide that whole thing by 2. So we use our friend. So I'm going to go 2 times 360 divided by 3. And then I'm going to arrow over, and I'm going to put parentheses around this. I'm going to put parentheses in front. Now I'm going to divide that whole thing by 2, and I get 120 degrees. So 2 pi over 3, 2 pi over 3 is 120. And then we're going to do it again for 5 pi. So remember, it's going to divide by 2 pi, and that's your degree divided by 360. So now, multiply both sides by 360. So your degree is going to be, your pi's cancel out. So now you're going to have 5 times 360 divided by 4, and then divide that whole thing by 2. We use our friend Desmos. And then you're going to go 5 times 360. Now divide that by 4. Okay, put this in parentheses. Put that whole thing in parentheses. And now we're going to divide that whole thing by 2. And now I get 225. So 225, so 5 pi over 4 is equal to 225. And then the last one is going to be that same kind of a concept. So you're going to have this divided by 2 pi is going to be your degrees divided by 360, because that 2 pi and 360, those are exactly the same ratio. So we're going to multiply by 360. Cancels out. I get my degree. So pi divided by pi cancels out. So we've got 360 times 35 divided by 36, and then divide by 2. So again, we have our little machine, our little friend. And I'm going to go 360 times 35 divide by 36. And now I've got this in parentheses. And then I'm going to divide by 2. And I get 175. So 175 is the same as 35 pi over 36. Those are equivalent. All right, so the next part is now we have all of our unit circles and we have our thing. So this is converting from pi and so forth. And then I'm going to show you how to do this in the next video.